Xfinity, and ESEA.
A 16-5 stomping, and not in the direction you may have anticipated. HellRaisers take the first in the series. Overpass goes the way of the Raisers of Hell, and NaVi are left scratching their heads. These guys hopefully going to do scratching some of my itches. Guys, you have to explain how a 13-2 half results in such a unbelievable one-sided affair. How does that even come to be?
That was going to be my point. I had 1 point, and you took it already.
I did your point?
Yeah,
okay,
13-2 T-half overpass.
Yeah.
What does that say?
It says the game's over.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It really does. And that's the thing, right? If you're going to lose a half that badly, no players showing up. Simple was still towards the top of the scoreboard, but I don't think anyone cracked double digits in that first half. So if no one's contributing on the CT side, which is where it's more individual, right, which is where you have to hit your frags and then play the round smart, it just wasn't to be. You saw a lot of good team play coming out from the guys from HellRaisers, always as a pack. You saw what we were talking about when they found those opening frags. But even rounds where Simple found 2 openings with the AWP, Dead Fox is just able to stroll in and get 4 kills and close it out, and you just question what's going on. What is life?
I mean, that was going to be my question, which was, you know, Henry started and kind of continued to raise the point that it was quite basic Counter-Strike from HellRaisers, and yet it was working versus, you know, NaVi Kings of Complexity at one point.
I mean, when you look at one of the world's best teams this year, Astralis, they are just very good at the basic level CS, right, and having good executes to close out rounds, and that's what we saw from HellRaisers here. As Chad pointed out, I think the nail in the coffin was that round from Dead Fox, you know, that just seemed to be, now, okay, finding some openings, things are going well, and then just out of nowhere, he walks up right A long and gets 3 kills. And it's not just the fact that they lose that round where they had the advantage, it's the manner in which they lost it. That, you know, that's going to tilt a team like NaVi, that there's no way they're going to come back after losing a round like that. And HellRaisers were just much more composed in the crucial rounds. Right after they lose the gun round, following round, they're very much on point. Straight reset. That happened to NaVi twice, and you know, HellRaisers just ran away with the game here.
Completely and totally ran away with it. I mean, this does mean that we kind of have to wonder, where was NaVi? I mean, we always praise them on their CT side, and yet they concede 13 rounds, Chad. You were talking about Flamey's prowess, completely absent. I mean, is there any sort of shining light after a 16-4 smashing?
Well, assuming I'm correct, right, and Zeus only recently got back from the States, that means for the last week they didn't practice, right?
Okay.
And if you're not practicing for a whole week, you're coming in. They did play a match just before this one. Was it for Epicenter, I think it was, the qualifier there or something like that, where they used a stand-in because Zeus wasn't even available at that point. So for all the players, you would expect them to be slightly warmed up if you're playing a match like that, and Zeus not being there is not really a huge deal for individual performances. Starting on the CT side should make it fine, but not getting any frags is the worrying part, right? Not even being competitive. Simple slowly started to warm up towards the end there. You saw him having a couple. He'd missed that sitter, though, in the back, you know, at that last round.
I mean, also on the side of HellRaisers, no one had, like, an amazing game. I mean, the top fragger had 20 kills, you know, I think it was 0. So it's not like anyone overperformed on the side of HellRaisers. It was just a team effort all around. Yes, a couple of players had a couple of good rounds, but I mean, that's the problem for NaVi. If you can say, oh, someone had an amazing game, you know, 30 kills, just we couldn't do anything about it, then you're like, yes, that's a one-off, but they were just beaten as a team.
And they'll be beaten as a team if they don't step up on our second map. Inferno is where we're going to be going next, gentlemen. We said, you kind of painted the picture that HellRaiser's best chance lay on Overpass, right? I mean, Chad, you kind of explained as to why. What does Inferno then lead into with seeing the result on Overpass?
You have to like say that at the moment the players, or at least the teamwork from HellRaisers is a huge advantage, right? And that should be enough if the guys from NaVi aren't firing. The problem is you can never count the likes of Simple out, right? Like he could just show up in this map and drop 30 just because he's mad about that loss. The thing with this map, though, for HellRaisers is on a map like Overpass on the T side, you can take a lot more map territory with very rigid routines. It's a lot messier on Inferno, right? You can't take Banana without actually getting into duels, especially if they're very aggressive with Molotovs. Even if you wait it out, you start putting more pressure on yourself, and it's not the same as an Overpass. You can be very slow on Overpass, you can be very methodical as well, but I think Inferno, if you run the clock down, it starts to get very panicky, whereas Overpass, once you're committed, you know which bomb site you're going to, right? There's not too much. There can be a lot of faking, but there's not as much as I think on a map like Inferno, where you can do that 20-second B fake and run all the way back to A and still be able to plant. So I think, you know, one of the positives potentially for NaVi is the fact that they can actually contest map control and not be as worried, not as individual. You know, you're going to have 2 to 3 players going aggressive Banana. You're not just going to have one guy getting picked off in toilets or something like that happening. You're not really going to get isolated and moved around as much on a map like Inferno because you can do that transitional defense. It's about them showing up. So that's the question mark. Big question mark.
A huge question mark. Now, Janka, just to expand upon that, is there a discussion to be had, the fact that, HellRaisers have got now 2 very strong AWP players, Dead Fox previously primary, now Woxic, going up against a team where really Simple is the same, if not better, with the rifle. Inferno, a map where we rarely see rifles, or rather AWP, sorry, be as dominant. Think that's just going to give any degree of an edge, give them just something?
Yeah, probably, because on the T side you can, without any problems run just a 5-rifle strategy, and there's not a need for that AWP on the T side. And on the CT side, yes, but I think a single one is even enough. So that might go towards NaVi's way. I'm actually very, I'm looking forward to see how much have HellRaisers progressed on this map, because we saw them in the previous week. I think they fell to LDLC, but even in that loss, the things that they were trying to execute on the map were actually, pretty good. The idea was there, the game plan was there. It's just that the execution was lacking. The timings were off a little bit. The spacing, the trading wasn't really there, and that's something that you can work on in the 2 weeks that they've had to practice alongside some officials online. So, I'm looking forward to see whether they've made, at least a small leap in that department.
Well, that's something for us to look forward to, both us and, of course, the guys at home. You can look forward to seeing if there has been growth in HellRaisers. Of course, a bit more time with roster, less uncertainty in the roster, and more time just practicing and playing the map together. Now, you mentioned single AWP there, and I do think this is a fun one, especially because I know Henry G's on the casting desk and has a rather strong opinion about this. But I thought this would be fun to throw into the wolves here. Chad, double AWPing on Inferno, CT side. It's been the panic button for a lot of teams. G2 or one that springs to mind. We've seen SK as well. There is a multitude of teams that will start using that as a panic button when things are going awry, especially on the defense. How do you feel about throwing 1B, 1A and just crossing your fingers and toes?
Personally, I prefer the double AWP setup, the single AWP setup, because it allows you that AWPer to be a lot more functional on the map, right? If you're getting pinned down and beat banana every time and you're not having any success, you can be moved around, or preferably you can actually initiate by being moved around a lot, and you can do it yourself. And I think that's something that's very positive for like a Kenny S, even though now we're actually seeing G2 transition that way. Shox is kind of taking his foot off the pedal, MBK is doing the secondary AWPing. Still not sure how I feel about that.
Discussion for another time.
Yeah, but I think one AWP is probably preferential, but if you can use it successfully, if you have 2 really good AWPers on your team, like a KNG and a Henny, we won't get stuck in that conversation either. But if you have 2 guys like that who are really good at combat AWPing and just traditional AWPing, then you can be very successful on this map. You can get the pick and fall back, and you can constantly rumble. You can retake with it.
Oh, well, we were talking more about that when we do come back and see the result of it. It sounds like the game is ready. Anybody expecting to see NaVi bounce back here? Any show of hands? Any bounce back from NaVi? Yeah, no.
I'm actually going to go with HellRaisers too. Okay. I don't know. It's like NaVi just doesn't seem to be themselves tonight.
Probably a bit of sleep.
Okay, take a nap, rejuvenate, but it does seem like our analysts here are expecting to see this one go 2-0 to HellRaisers. Certainly not what you would have expected when you saw this one on paper at the start of the evening, but it's time for our casters to dig their teeth into map 2 of our first series here. Let's go ahead and jump in with Henry G and Sadakist as they venture into Inferno.
A venture fit for a king. That has nothing to do with anything, but it's a beautiful map. I'll give you that one, Hank.
It is. It's one of my favorites, I have to say.
I know you designed it.
I always enjoy myself when I get to cast this one. It will be NaVi versus HellRaisers once again. And NaVi really needed to step that game up. Not really the performance we wanted to see in that first map. Completely run over on Overpass. 13-2 in the first half. And the CT side of Overpass as well. You can see how disappointed Chad was with that one. I felt the same, I have to say. And NaVi, I want to see something much better coming out of you on Inferno. HellRaisers, they actually look like the much better team overall. Nothing too fancy there. There's great methodical counter-strike, working as a 5-man unit, getting the refract required, some good lurks coming from Dead Fox especially, good AWPing from Voxic, and nothing really to report from NaVi apart from Simple. Looked pretty decent with the AWP, but couldn't really find them much more than 2 rounds in the first half and 3 in the second. But clutch of his as well in a 1 versus 2. He's the only really player that was performing for them. No one else I can really tell you that did much at all. HellRaisers have always been a bit of a sleeper team in Pro League. You don't realise they're making their way up the table. They finished like mid-table last season, and they always seem to be upset team. They always manage to take down some big names on their way to never making the top 6, but like actually just getting there, staying alive, and that's always the main objective for, I guess, these sort of teams. Probably know you're not going to make the playoffs, but avoid relegation, have a comfortable season, and that's absolutely fine.
Well, absolutely fine. As long as other teams don't start capitalizing on losses. I mean, we saw how close this league was last year. We saw how various losses, teams like Heroic, by the way, last year were dominant because they were picking up upset wins here and there, that the top teams were suffering, and then that would cost them late.
Yeah,
very, very unpredictable.
Didn't have Astralis at the last season finals.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah. We did not. Astralis is a team that we thought would be in for the Grand Slam and are struggling, I think you could say, to get any wins. Well, at this point, I think they have one, but they're losing time. And
everyone thought off the E-League Major that this would be their era, right? They thought it would be kind of similar to what we saw from SK in 2016, and that hasn't really lived up to expectations so far. Still doing very well, still making top 4 tournaments, but it's not what they want to be. I think they want to be in grand finals and show us what they're made of. But that's another topic for another day. We'll get into this. NaVi on the T side, Forza Tabama, one smoke, no HEs, it's just no banana rushes coming in, but they will go for it. It's very rare, and this is why you have the HEs at the start to stop the CTs at the very beginning, picking you off. But luckily for them, Zero not connecting his shots, just, yeah, still have to fall back here. This is looking a little bit clumsy, but Angel, he finds one, but Edward, and he does one better. Takes both of them down, they'll commit towards the B side now.
Nice, good to shut down Flamey, but it's Dead Fox in the site that's better off holding it all on his own as this continues to pincer them back and makes the round favorable in some ways for HellRaisers, at least for a moment, because Simple has to go back to the bomb. He'll give up in defending it, because if he goes down, it's easy access to the A site.
That was looking very good for HellRaisers. The fact they pushed down towards middle, got the bomb down at T steps, that was great. But now we get this 2 versus 2 situation. The CTs have to be segregated, and that's the problem. Issa has to take the duel there, hoping to get at least one kill, make it viable for his teammate Dead Fox. But now up against it. Bomb will be down. Post plant positions looking good for NaVi as well. Dead Fox has got the kit to work with, coming from middle, but it's just such an impossible situation. Finding 2 kills like this and trying to defuse the bomb. If NaVi plays correctly, he shouldn't even get a look in at a kill.
Dead Fox versus 2. Bomb down, Simple in the corner. He'll get the information. They already have heard him. Seized is already preparing himself for the entrance of the Fox. The Fox that soon is going to be dead, surely. As he wraps around, I say it, but maybe not. Seized just barely pulls it back, and NaVi get the pistol.
That could have fallen apart there. I'm not sure why they changed positions like that. I think that crossfire was looking lovely. Graveyard and the bomb site itself, and have some position to move with there. Seized jumps down and makes things a bit problematic there. Allows his teammate to get picked up. That was Zeus and then Seized. Like we said, a very quiet game in the first map. Does manage to nail the headshot, so there we go. It will be 1-0 for NaVi. Looking much better here on the second map already. Force by from HellRaisers, of course. We'll have CZs across the board. Some head armor as well. A couple of smokes and a flashbang to work with here. The CZ so powerful on the CT side of Inferno. Definitely worth the investment here. Lots of cubby holes and close range encounters available. Angel spotted one as well. Had a chance to take down Edward there. Might get a second bite of the cherry, which he suddenly does. He will be hunted down here by Simple, but still the trades come through. I'd say CZs would be a nuisance, and they suddenly have proven to be so. It will be a 2-on-2 now. Zero and Dead Fox up against Zeus and Seas, but it will be the T side capitalizing on the fact they found so many kills on the A side of the map, and the bomb plant should be coming in momentarily.
Should and will. As Seized puts it down in the site. But has to hold off against both Dead Fox again and Zero. And Zero's going to rotate in toward quad side behind Dead Fox. Flash out nade is devastating as it lands just in front of Dead Fox, who goes down to Seized. Good response from Zero, and inside of the smoke he's got a chance, but he has no kit. He's got to get on it fast. A second smoke as well, and an AK picked up. Wants to draw Zeus from the pit, and the 2 smokes will force him to do so. He's got the advantage of seeing him, but not the shot. Zeus is one better.
Definitely had a shot of winning that one, but it's very unlikely the CTs have the kit in that 1v1 situation. Sure, you can drop the smoke and fake it out, but then you've got to hit that shot as well. Zeus gets the advantage by getting towards the graveyard. Could see absolutely everything. And nails it as well. Definitely got a bit problematic. Nice movement there from Zeus, I have to say. Good kind of vision to jump up there and look at the bomb itself. Baits out the CT player and has to be the full leaker now for HellRaisers. USPs, 1 CZ, and just rushing down middle. But Simple completely obliterates them. 3 kills, all headshots, make it 4. Not too bad. Very quick round indeed.
Quick will do. Guns to be drawn. Everyone loves a little gun. Or
ooh, we do have a Voxer Gore. I didn't think that would be possible. You get, oh, okay, so he had $4,800. So you can get the AWP out and nothing else. It's $50. He can buy a decoy if he wants to. That's an option.
It's an option, but not one that I love. But
we have got less aim punch now, Matt.
It's true. We're onto the patch. We did not play the patch in wherever we were last, New York.
So yeah, then maybe glass cannon AWPs become more of a thing now. They will, to be fair, they always were, but Now I guess they're fine.
I think that it makes the guns picked up in 1vx retakes more viable as well. You were looking forward to it for pistol reasons of utility.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that as of yet. I guess it's just a matter of time, really.
It's just the inception. Ooh, Zero. I thought he would have spotted. Simple doesn't. Dead Fox responds, gets him back down. Tracers flying through, but no response. Immediate 1 HP for Dead Fox.
Yeah, dead now, of course. 4 on 2 as Flamey with the MAC-10 always does this, all the A side of the map, and gets the M4 as well, finds Voxic. And this is looking very good for NaVi, I have to say. Inferno, they seem to have been brought to life now. Finding AWP for Simple, about time as well. He is the main AWPer for the team. For anyone who didn't catch the first map in our discussion there, and that will be another eco call for the HellRaisers. They get 4-state loss bonus, which means you get $2,100 per player. Not really enough to do anything with here, I'm afraid. So a partial buy, that'll be all they'll bring to the table. If it gets head armor, interesting enough, it comes to the AKs and AWPs. Not a huge deal, but could have saved himself a few $100s. Eagle CZs and a couple of flashbangs and a headshot apparently. Zero with a lovely one from the apartments. Actually a top banana, I beg your pardon. So it does take down Simple. That's the AWP as well. Quite the duel to win. And it doesn't look like he's done just yet. Once we boost it up on the wall position, could find a secondary one, but unfortunately the flashbangs and they elude him, and C's takes him down. And it will be a 5, well actually 4 on 4. C's down to 44 HP.
44. But as you mentioned, has the armor against just pistols. Not a big deal. Might be. We'll see. Could be if Zeus continues to get tagged up. They're all getting low now. 44, 45, 7. And still guns in the sight. Dead Fox, good shot on Edward, as he was the high HP player as well. Bomb is dropped. They get a crossfire set. Dead Fox goes for more. Voxic. This is going to be a round for HellRaisers.
Almost certainly. Seized. Paul versus 1. Bomb down, and down he'll go. And will be Issa to find the final shot. Lovely work from Dead Fox. Looked very scary with the AK-47 on overpass, and has similar success with the Desert Eagle there as well. Some really nice play there. Patrolling the new boxes, and you can see it's toying with them as well. They're trying to flush him out, but it's hitting absolutely everything. Nails flaming. And there it is. 4-1. Already supposed to first round, but it's still decent for the NaVi side. The first round they bring out the orb themselves. That's the first one they lose to pistols. Maybe that was the reason to go back towards the 5 AKs here. Voxic aggressive towards Banana, feeling very brave there. Could be a very scary position to go up against the T's rushing towards you. Gets himself in position there, and that could call for a CT falling back and allowing him to hold the position by himself. That's usually the play here. They are sticking 3 towards Banana for now, the CTs. I think they could have afforded they should drop 1 back, especially now Issa has found a kill as well. That's towards the apartments, and indeed both CTs will fall back from Banana. It will be Zero and Dead Fox just boosting the chances of the A site defense and leaving Voxic to patrol with the AWP. That's a very safe position. Get 1 kill, fall back on. And if you don't, you have time to maneuver yourself.
Maneuver, but walk out. Dead Fox with 2 headshots, continuing to look impressive on the rifle, as that will be his new gun. Angel goes back up to find Zeus as Dead Fox backs off. It's Edward from the apartments, but from the apartments a little bit late. Even though the backs were turned, they have lots of time to respond and no other obligations to stare down. Easy win, easy skin.
Yeah.
EZPZ. I'm trying to match you, Hank. You're just too creative for me.
I know. I've got some killer one-liners, I have to say. But what we've got now, NaVi, they have got 1 more buy available. We had no bomb plant in the last 2, but they built up such a huge cash that 4-0. They could still buy. It will be Vox this time towards middle. It was Banana previously, but oh my goodness, Angel, that's a hell of a shot. Looks towards second middle, takes down Edward, another 5 on 4, gifted towards HellRaisers here. Now they're starting to get in the swing of things. That's why I say those AKs can be so advantageous for the CTs. If you pick those up, always get them. After 1-shot potential means you go for aggressive shots like that and get the 1-taps in your favor. 5 on 4. And now HellRaisers can fall back. Some nice position used by Issa. I like this one a lot. Means you can patrol towards the apartments, and then if the quad gets in danger there as well, you're hidden behind the barrel, you can stand up and back up your teammates.
Stand up and back up your teammates. Stand up and shout. Voxic shouts with an AWP. A loud scream. Able to take down the first and opening kill. Continuing to struggle to find the opening kills as they go 4-2 down now after going 4-0 up. And this round as well starting to slip away. Good response from Zeus. Molotov's off to his right side at quad, but bomb down on his left. And Angel is tasked with watching it, at least for the moment. And that gets flung forward further as Angel takes down Seized, having recovered it. Zeus can go no further, pinned to the wall by Voxic. He's looked okay in the AWP. Can live with it.
Absolutely.
He's consistent. He's not flashy as Dead Fox often was, but he's certainly consistent.
No, hitting the shots to count, that's all I really care about, and that's fine. Just like that as well. It's a high-pressure situation, takes down Zeus. And a 4-3, that should be the money broken here, I would imagine, for the Na'Vi side. Edward does invest in the head armor and AK-47. His teammates just the partial buy, though. We have seen Na'Vi run his strat a few times, actually. And Voxic still with the confidence to peek towards T-steps. And confidence is definitely justified. He knows the money's going to be pretty weak for the T side. They probably don't have the AWP. Smoke's being deployed now by the CT side as they try to assert their dominance towards the B side of the map as well. You can see Dead Fox with just the UMP. And that could be quite deadly, considering there's 3 unarmored heads on the T side here.
Voxic goes back inside of the graveyard. Well, he will be the keeper of the crypts. He's got pallbearers beside him. Both Angel and Issa there to guard the wings as they watch toward the A site. Seized is inside of the smoke, but not wanting to go, as Angel's going to get the first information by peeking back out toward the arch side. Has to be a bit careful, but they're a bit sloppy on entrance. Edward thankfully goes alone and doesn't give Simple up as well, who makes an immediate response, takes Angel back, but there's still down a man on the Na'Vi side. Flash out. Simple saw exactly where that came from as he got behind the pillar, so Voxic has trouble now inside of the stairs at the graveyard. Good peek.
Yeah, baits out the shots. As his teammates get position there as well. That's Issa coming from the pip. Dead Fox chimes in as well. And that should be the round. It's going to be Seized in a 4 versus 1. Make it 4 versus nothing. Dead Fox in the final frag. They're looking very strong on the rifle. I have to say, I'm starting to be a little bit convinced of this decision now. Fox, like we said, looking pretty good with the AWP. And generally, it's Dead Fox looking sharp with the AK and M4 as well. So I'm actually starting to be a bit of a fan of this setup so far from what I've seen. We'll have a look as to what round number 9 brings to the table. Well, still for Voxic, not the same story for Simple though. And we'll send 3 players towards B at the very start. Presumably dropping some utility at the beginning. 0 there to stop the rush. And Voxic, he is very brave, I have to say. Not many players will get to this position at the very start of the round.
Yeah, that's aggressive. They won't get there. Yeah, it's usually get there with more support and more utility from a teammate. And you have to invest a bit in doing so, but he can hold it off. They can rotate away, which they're going to start to do now, although I say that. They're going to leave 0 with him. It's flashes out. It says in the open. They're all blind, though. The flash came out. Both teams caught off guard. Angel goes back in for at least 1, but Zeus trades. This gives Na'Vi a chance to get to the site. They'll throw the bomb across to Seized. Does Simple to allow the plant. He'll stay inside of the pit. And it's a retake with a swing rotation from A back through CT. As Dead Fox and 0 already posted and ready for the entrance. Dead Fox is actually going to rotate around through the apartments, which means Simple's position inside of the pit could be compromised if he times it well with his teammates both coming in from libraries. No smoke down. So they've got the opening to work with. Found, however, immediately was both Dead Fox and Voxic. 0's late to the party and should go down momentarily. It'll be first round in 4 for Na'Vi and a reset that could be potentially problematic for them, but they keep 3 alive. That should buy them at least another round as they go 5-4.
Plenty of money available for HellRaisers there, but Na'Vi finally showing us something after losing 4 rounds in a row. Definitely got very chaotic, but the full commitment from the apartments there. Nice shots by Simple with the AK-47, standing in the flames, of course. Manages to get them on the A site. Nothing they could really do about the retake HellRaisers. We did see the nice Molotov from the arch side towards the bomb side itself, but wasn't enough to win the round or bait out a kill on the T side. Another 10, still the single orb set up for HellRaisers, and that's Voxic being pushed up at the Molotov. That's what I'm expecting to see. It looked like Na'Vi let me get away with a bit too much on that side of the map. Finally, Molotoving him out of position, so he can't just be staring down towards the T-steps, but not going to be pushed off just yet, or maybe he is. Seized there by the wall, waiting for him to pick once again, and finally, Na'Vi, like I said, is very brave what he's been doing in the last few rounds, and finally he will be taken down into 5-4 in favour of Na'Vi. They don't have to overcommit now, still have all of the utility, 5 smokes, flashbangs as well, banana control, wait for the CT reaction, it has to come in eventually. And there's 0 waiting on the other side of the fountain here. He's boosted up. Baiting out CT utility at this point as well. Just make sure they have nothing left to work with when you finally commit.
When you finally commit. Ooh. Flamey doesn't give a shit. Takes down Angel and Issa. continue on toward the library position as well. Bomb's behind, not yet going for the plant because they're not yet confident. Dead Fox on the B site. He's going to try and save weapons. They're not even trying to go any further or rotate around. In fact, they're just trying to defend their positions. Had to get some information of whether or not those guns would be under threat, and they certainly will be now, as 0 is left in a 1 versus 5.
He could do this. He's got this.
Bombs on A, Hank.
Yeah, maybe it's all gone wrong now. It was a good try. He gets 1 kill. They will be hunting him down here, and it's certainly justified. But NaVi do need to be careful. Sees, he knows he's low HP. Yeah, I think that's the right call, my friend. Pull back, and it will be Seized to get the final frag. I expect it was Edward with low HP towards Banana, but still, final frag comes in. 6-4 now. Money's starting to dwindle. We still have another buy for HellRaisers here, but it's looking much better from what we saw in Overpass. Flamey, we're starting to see him deliver a performance that's worthy of the name. On Overpass, he was non-existent, and that's much better. Getting some serious shots there with the AK-47, and you can see, like I said, HellRaisers, money starting to dwindle. We've got a CZ for Issa, Dead Fox on the UMP. We still have the Boxic AWP, so not all is lost just yet. He'll be working a little bit harder for these frags, I would say. Not facing towards T-spawn this time. But Banana control, once again, the Molotovs, the smokes deployed, and making sure that Boxic can't be that car position. And Dead Fox now got his work cut out for him. He's stuck in the sandbags, but good backup from his teammate Zero means they have pushed the T's back, at least for now.
At least for now. But don't discount the fact that they can still take map control late by virtue of the fact that there's not much remaining for the CTs. 2 smokes left over, Issa. And Zero, the ones holding on to it. Edward wants to flash his own way out of the boiler room. Molotov already down to clear quad position, so they know that there's access to be had. But Angel, a swift entrance, or rather counter of. He takes down 2 and goes back in. It's Voxic to trade Flamey after he found the kill on the aforementioned. So it's down to just Seized and Simple. And a response from HellRaisers could be quick and swift, considering the weapons were not ideal. Seized, though, still finds one to work with. Dead Fox has problems. UMP back at the site. They know exactly where he is, and he's exposed. Seized finds the kill. This opens up a chance for plant. And there's 36 seconds to do it. Voxic, good entrance. They therefore know exactly where Simple is, having planted the bomb. A flash in from Voxic could mean an entrance for Issa, but Simple does get away toward the emo position instead. And they'll slow it down considerably. No kit. So have to clear off emo. They have to look. Oh, missed shot, Simple. They certainly will look now. If he hit that, a chance to win the round. Perhaps now he's got threat. But he doesn't necessarily care about that with a good flash out. It's it down. Smoke off to his left. He should be able to control the peak. Voxic as well on an AWP. Goes aggressive, and Simple goes quicker.
There we go. Simple once again looking very good here on Inferno. That was a 4-on-2 situation. The Seized and Simple managed to pull back in their favor as well. I thought that missed shot on CD spawn, that would be it. No chance of winning it. But that flashbang, very smart play from him as well. That shot, once he hits it, that smoke deployed as well. The smoke is brilliant. Because then the CT, he has no idea. He's actually extended that new box essentially by another like 3 meters or so, right? Because then the CT doesn't know where to look. Has he pushed past it? He hasn't. Had to take a gamble. Simple just takes him down. 7-4 comes in. And another round, just the pistols here for HellRaisers. After going 4-0 down, they managed to get 4 rounds in a row, but Simple, he's starting to get in the zone now, isn't he? Takes down Angel there. 5-4 once again. Good nades coming in. Zero and Dead Fox feeling the brunt of the damage there. And the second round comes through. Should be quite a simple round now for NaVi. But I said they were bated breath. Dead Fox with Deagle always can surprise. And he has a chance for a shot. There it is. Oh my god! What did I just say?
Wow. And he's got the confidence to go for more. Simple, perhaps reminds him it was too much. NaVi looking more alive in map 2. 8-4 T side Inferno. Where was this game won?
Yeah, they obviously got a little bit warmed up there. Got on the DM after the first map. Dead Fox, like I said, Desert Eagle. He always seems to do very well with that particular weapon. Gets 2 frags, not enough to win the round, but put on a bit of a show for us at least. Coming to the latter stages now of the first half. All for Voxic, albeit glass cannon. Reload towards Banana once again. They're going to have that Molotov used against them just to hold them out. Taking a bit of damage as Dead Fox, but Voxic's towards middle. It looks like he's almost guaranteed a frag here, but the timings elude him. Still can recover from this situation, but he cannot quite. It will be Edward to take him down. Glass cannon, as soon as you get hit by 1 bullet, it's still going to be in a lot of trouble there against the AK-47. Looks like we're capitalizing as well. Issa needs backup from Angel here, and it could be working out for him. There's the first shot as well. Great teamwork here. The synergy is really on point from HellRaisers. Good communication in Issa. 3rd frag of the round. That's all we'll get, though. It's actually his 4th, I beg your pardon. Great work by him. And now, simple, the last player to go down. 0 holds it off after losing that first kill as well. Looked they were done for, but Issa, very patient, holds the apartment's position. His teammate, Angel, takes away all the aggro as well. He comes in from the bomb site. Issa just picks them off one by one. Nice little spray down. And here you can see just how perfect it was for Angel to take all that attention away from the quad side. 4 kills in total. Issa, a very unknown player. I'm sure he wasn't on your radar map before.
No, not at all. This is a new discovery that I'm quite enjoying.
Yeah, very good.
The young lad Issa. Simple's not a young lad that certainly was on my radar. I knew all about him as he gets dancing inside of the fire, but he won't be summoning any gods to save him as 0 takes him down. We sit 4 versus 4 in an 8-5 scoreline. Angel will support with 0 as well. HellRaisers seems to pick up players that many of us do not know about. 0 was another one. You go back to the start of 2016. He was a split decision, last-minute decision to go to a minor that dictated or determined whether they were an EU or the Russian minor system. Toxic. Oh, that's a bad rotation. Misinformation. Called off and gets shot in the back by Flamey entering now from the apartments. They're going to know as well that him rotating back as such should mean there's less inside of the A site because they didn't have the information to thwart or combat. It's Issa again, the man you mentioned, to find 2 when he should have perhaps not done so.
Definitely not. No nades and no teammates with him. Gets 2 kills from the pit area. That could be enough to get them into the round here. 0 and Angel trying to avoid the reset. Definitely worth going for it. And a bit of a misplay from Edward there. Thought he was covered by his teammate. Now it's down to Seized. The underperformer for NaVi so far this evening, up against 0 on 10 HP. Seized no nades. 30 seconds to work with as well. Hoping that he baits out 0 to think he's going towards the B side here. And he actually is going to be heading towards B. Ooh, 20 seconds remaining. He starts running in the next couple of seconds. There he starts running now. And here we go. 0 hasn't moved from the arch position, so Seized has a chance here to have a lot of time to set up. We'll be able to plant quite comfortably. 5 seconds on the board, no problem at all. And now 0 with the kit. A little incendiary there and a flashbang, and no information as to where Seized could have gone to.
Well, that spells the end of it. 0 runs away to save the M4. NaVi finds round 9.
Yeah, 0 is just opting to stay in the pits, save the AWP, and that's probably the right call. He's not having the best game right now. He's 5 for 10, got 10 HP. The money's going to be wrecked for the CTs going to the next round. They're going to have $1,400 per player. Save the AWP. It's more likely you'll save that weapon and win that clutch situation. Seized like, well, if you can let me win it, that's absolutely fine. I'll take that all day long. Bit of cool music for you there.
Just as we get 1 round ahead of ourselves yet again. Just as the last game. We've got 1 more to half. We enter
just
round
to wake
15.
everyone up. Just
you know, I needed it. I needed it. You know what else I need? Some dark Colombians in my life. And by that I mean coffee, Henry. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, I was wondering where you're going with that one. We can sort out some coffee. We'll see whether we can hook that up after this map potentially. Voxic.
Fun fact, I was supposed to fly over yesterday.
Yeah? What happened?
Well, I said the 24th, but in my mind I thought the 24th was Monday, so they booked the right date, but I had the wrong day.
Well, there you go. You hate to see that.
I hate to see that. Zeus takes down Angel as he got aggressive on the push, trying to counter off what was already happening in the bottom of middle at 0 instead to get seized as Edward dies to, or rather, kills us, yeah. Dyslexic moment, I read the kill feed backwards, Hank. I tend to do that when I'm playing, and that's why I always think I'm doing good.
Well, you always do good to me. It will be Edward taking down 0. 2 versus 1 now. Looks like we'll have double digits for the NaVi side. Deadbox with just the CZ in hand. No kit, no nades, and a dream in his back pocket, but I don't think that's going to be enough to win the round. Zeus is going to be the final fragger of round number 15. Double digits indeed after going up 4-0. HellRaisers looked pretty assertive and dominant once the gun rounds began, but then dropped off significantly. NaVi bouncing back after their pretty disastrous first map and overpass, looking set to win this one, and we'll see whether they can continue this form as we get to the second half after this break.
Well, NaVi looking much better than on overpass. Perhaps they would let that one rather blow over and pass on to Inferno, because that's where they're dominating. I won't say dominating, but certainly looking efficient and effective at 10-5 coming off a T side, swapping over to CT. They could potentially split the series, or though not really a series. The best of ones, 1-1.
Manages to win the pistol, getting that 3-0, 4-0 actually. That certainly helped things out and managed to get off to a decent start. Wasn't disastrous as what we saw in overpass. And they did have a few wonky rounds, I would say. But HellRaisers, after getting 4 in a row, couldn't really do much about that as we go into the second half. We'll see if they can win the much-needed pistol here. They'll be on the T side. Have a look at their buy. A lot of teams opting for 2 HEs these days, but didn't see that from NaVi. We're not going to see that from HellRaisers either. They get 1 HE and 1 smoke. 1 flashbang as well. That does suggest a banana rush could come through, nading at the top, smoking CD spawn, flashing over as they go in. That's certainly viable from the buy they have right now, but looks like they have 2 players towards second middle as well. Deadfox does indeed nade towards top of a banana. You can see he does do significant damage, and looks like Zeus and co want to fight this one. It's not really working out too well for them. Edward's been headshot through the boards there as well. 4 and 3 in favour of HellRaisers, and they get another frag there as well. It's up to Season Simple to recover the situation.
Angel with the double for HellRaisers. Cover a situation that may not be recoverable as Simple has to rotate all toward the bomb Zul. Good read. Then he would have someone waiting for him outside of the apartment. Zero was the one that was there. And now they'll both be. Ooh, I don't think he's going to realize as he backs away as well. They're not going to pursue. This could be interesting. They're ready for it. Issa's still there. Double peek. Simple was maybe not. Again, unsilenced. Good read that Issa was going to jump. Good headshot. Bomb has been planted for quite some time, however, so at this point, we're just watching for the sake of it.
Simple's really trying to make that unsilenced USP a thing. He's doing that overpass as well, but there it is. HellRaisers, like we said, the much-needed pistol. And it will be the fast play towards Banana. HE's at the start. NaVi tried to challenge, but got their heads blown off in the process. The Glock's a lot more powerful these days. I had a chance to play it myself, and it does feel like it can do a lot more damage at range, and it feels a lot more accurate generally. Like for me, I think I even tweeted about it. I thought it feels a little bit OP to me. And I'll see whether it does affect the game as we get deeper in this season with this update. There's the scout shots coming in. Simple. Not a force buy from NaVi, actually, quite surprisingly. Or would this be opting for upgraded pistols here? No armor, no nades. And HellRaisers with the early tag. They certainly have the huge advantage here. They have 2 rifles to work with, scouts as well, a couple of UMPs, and some banana control to work with. 3 CTs waiting towards A. And indeed, we have Flamey and Seized holding the B bomb side. Bomb's still down. 2 steps for now. As Flamey goes down at the hands of Flangel.
Flangel.
Flangel, yeah.
That's Skadooey, right?
That's a new one.
Skadooey and Flangel. As Angel will walk in toward the site. Bomb will start to head the direction and join them as the horses neigh in the background. Can you do a neigh? A horse neigh? More like no, is what I think you said. That was rather horrendous.
Yeah, I haven't really been working my animal impressions recently.
We can work on that. I hear Chad's a good animal man with all the wildlife in Australia. He can teach you to slither like a snake and slime like a slug.
Slug.
Does that work?
Yeah, it's got something to it.
Well, either way, Zeus trying to do damage where he can. Deadfox will put him down 10-7. HellRaisers immediately back into the game by virtue of pistol. And one more round by which they can close the gap.
That was not the partial. Well, it was a partial buy from NaVi, not the force buy. So they'll have full guns next round. So HellRaisers should have the clean sweep here at round number 3 and find themselves at 10-8. And we really will have a competitive game on our hands then. If NaVi would have won that pistol, they pretty much run away with the game. Would have been 13-5 to work with there, but not meant to be. HellRaisers bouncing back and looking strong here. They've got a bit of a 5-man stack towards B from NaVi. Molotov's out, can't flash over just yet. That'll be their plan. Zeus will throw over the flashbang, we'll run around the corner. Hope they get a few trades, and it could work out for them. The flash comes in now. Right now, they've got a chance. There it is. Flashbang not as effective as I'd liked. They get 1 kill for it, but that's not going to be enough to win the round.
To win the round as Deadfox goes down to Edward. At least gets some damage recognition done. It'll be guns next for NaVi, so do what he can. Goes to a Deagle. Nearly goes down to an aid. 2 HP. But the edge of the radius by which it could be away. See, there's the horse in the background again, Hank.
You give us one.
Nah, it's all right.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'll keep my dignity intact. Speaking of dignity, here come my Dark Colombians. Thank you, Tom Eric. as Edward takes out at least one more on the Deagle, so smart choice to switch it over. He's now got 3 kills. If he could save an AK, that would make the first gun round more effective. So the Deagle itself has done the deed of strengthening the economy, so long as he doesn't get caught by 0, which could be a possibility.
Well, all things considered, pretty decent round there for NaVi. They won't be winning here, but Edward with 3 kills, picks up the AK-47 as well, maybe a 4th. 0 does take him down eventually, but certainly had a chance to do something with that. 10-8. HellRaisers kept a little bit more modest than they would have liked in that round, but still, NaVi now with the AWP potential. You can see Simple bring that out. The M4 though, as we discussed in the pre-game, certainly known as a world-class rifler and AWPer, and it'll be absolutely fine. As we enter round number 4 here, 5 M4s to work with, 1 kit. Not the best of buys, but they have got most of the utility intact. Molotovs and smokes all to start. The battle of the utility begins. This time Flamey with the advantage. Teams have to wait for that to go down before they can make the next move.
Have to wait indeed. 10-8. Guns up. No kills in. Early days yet, all things considered. We're still with 1:26 to work with. Flames down on both sides of the broken wall in Banana, but a shoulder shows, and it's a better shot from Angel. Seized goes down. And it will open up Flamey to rotate back in. Gets a trade. Just as Simple arrives. 2-2 split. They don't get no Simples there. So no capitalization toward A. More so because the bomb's still down at the T stairs.
Well then. HellRaisers with the advantage for now at least. 4-on-4 certainly does favour the terrorist side. Now we Zeus and Edward to try and hold strong towards the A side of the map here. One towards quad, one in the apartments, and Zeus flashed off, but still alive for now. Falls back to a more passive setup here. Try and join his teammate for a crossfire here. Work off each other. You can use the gap in the side of those hay bales to spot heads and even find frags as well. It will be the A side finish. 0 to potentially flash out here as the Molotovs rain in. Dead Fox to lead the charge.
Woxic finds Zeus. That's even better as Edward inside of the pit sits to submit. His head shown, and it's Woxic that's going to get a plant out of this. In an unlikely situation, a 4 versus 1, which he's brought back, but he's lost track of the entrance from Simple, who misses shots to give his position away. Again hits, goes to the pistol, but can't switch fast enough. Exciting, but it's NaVi that will pick up the first gun round between the two teams. A drawn-out affair in the end. But close enough, I have to say, Woxic, that's pretty impressive.
It was HellRaisers there with the advantage that we said, the 4-on-4 certainly favouring them, making it a 4-on-2 situation with the final commitment towards the A side. But Edward, he's been great this game so far. He manages to get those 2 kills. Zeus chimes in as well, but Woxic, we have been excited by his performances so far this evening, and it does make it very close, but taken down in the end. If he hits that 4 shot, maybe we've got something to work with there in that clutch. But there it is. Bomb did get planted. It's the first run of the board in the second half for NaVi. 4-on-4s to work with now. Simple still on the AWP. As we enter round number 5, he'll be posting up towards Banana, smoked out. Decides to fall back for now. Dropping that utility to stop the Banana rush coming in from the T side. Flash there from Edward. Chicken, not too fan of that. He's going to be falling back himself. Smokes deployed now, holding strong on the A side as HellRaisers looking like they'll be finishing up towards the A side here.
Ooh, Edward. Okay, excuse me, I thought it was Zeus that got the shot blinded up. Edward gets the kill on the other side. Over toward the arch. Dead Fox gets the entry. Better still, they turn around and find Edward, who'd gone missing behind them. Seized gets inside of it and nearly finds both, but gets none in the end as he divides his attention between 2. That will not do. It's Flamey and Simple to try and retake and possess the A site. Has NaVi won the first gun round. HellRaisers saved enough to bring guns up in the next, and that could be enough to break back NaVi's bank once more.
Oh, HellRaisers very assertive and fast towards middle this time. A lot of CT sides do opt for a more passive approach towards the A side of Inferno, playing towards deep arch and then holding towards Pip. Graveyard on the site having the crossfire set up, and once T's do get that information on their side, they realise they don't have to use as much utility, can just opt for a real fast 4-man approach, one in the apartments as well, and try and overwhelm the CTs. Certainly some chance of frags there, especially in the likes of C's as well. Had 2 or 3 players on his screen, did some damage, but couldn't quite finish off the frags. That will be quite a harsh reset for NaVi, I have to say. But they do manage to keep up an AWP and an M4. They can force up around that, but that could be the end of their game. Lose this round, and everything, if everyone goes down, they might not recover in terms of a financial standpoint. 11-9. Orbs up.
That would be remarkable if they're somehow able to lose this game after being 10-5 up T side.
Indeed. This is looking promising for HellRaisers. Now win this round, and they've got a real strong chance of doing this.
Simple goes aggressive. AWP to try and push forward. Good shot as Voxic goes back in with a flash that never caught Simple at all.
Yeah, that's brave from Simple. Dancing in front of the fire. After firing a shot as well, they knew he was there, and he still manages to hit the high pressure situation kill. And it will be a 5-4 now.
It's taken me this long to realize there's a second TV on the wall over there.
You didn't know?
Nah, it's right in front of me too. Seized will put the bomb, or excuse me, the smoke down. The palm. It's been a while, Hank.
It has. Well, a week.
It's been a week. Feels like a lifetime.
Well, that early frag certainly beneficial for NaVi here, considering their situation. 3 UMPs, 1 kit, no nades on Flaming whatsoever. And Simple with the opening frag. He'll hold towards Banana by himself. I think this is the best possible setup they could have opted for. They'll head back towards B. That the flashbang's good. Simple has to fire and drop down. They know he's there, probably by himself. This is the point you probably want to capitalize. Smoke towards spawn, and they won't be going all in just yet. They might want to wait for a rotation. They do have one player on the other side of the map as well. That's going to be Zero, but he will be joining his teammates, and maybe the full Banana commitment with the smokes will be coming in momentarily.
Simple and Emo goes out and misses a shot, gives his position away, but he's got teammates in the site to work for him. Angel gets one of those teammates back, but Flamey survives at least a moment longer, and Angel does better work than that. All 3 on entry for Angel. A man possessed as he allows his teammate to plant the bomb, goes aggressive, but Zeus catches him off. And the horse neighs once more as Zero holds the bomb, position sight at new box. Zeus and Eber will work together on entry. Flash high, bounces to the right side and back out. Doesn't really catch them. No trade available, though. And Zero gets both on headshots. HellRaisers, as you mentioned, could break down the economy.
That's absolutely massive by Zero. What a play there. Nice flashbang. Calm and calculated with the AK-47 in the 2 versus 1 situation as well. That was all in for NaVi. And look at the replay here. That's just really nice stuff from Zero. Very, very good stuff. And like we said, as you just pointed out, that could be the chance for HellRaisers to actually win this now after going down 10-5 in the first half. It's 11-10, full eco for NaVi. In terms of their overall money, they'll get 2,400 into the next round. So they'll be able to buy, but it won't be the best of buys. That's what I said before. If they do lose that previous round, then they're going to have a real tough time recovering from it. 50 kill for Flamey, though. Could get a second as well, which he does. Dead Fox drops, AK in his hand, and now he could cause a bit more damage here, but Voxic finally takes care of him. 3-on-2. Definitely got quite scary for them, but should be more comfortable now, dropping the Molotov just to stop any CTs recovering any weaponry there. I think Banana would be the place you want to go, especially when they haven't recovered any weaponry here. It's unlikely both players on this side of the map go in together. Even if you lose 1 kill, get the refrag in your favour. It should be absolutely fine. Zero will join them, and Edward tentatively watches towards middle, hoping to catch someone out. At least gets the information they will be going towards B. He can prepare Zeus for it. Not really much he can do about that. Zeus with the CZ and spawn. He'll probably be smoked out and then have to wait for his teammate to join him.
And they'll go aggressive. All thrown toward the B site with the entrance from Issa. Zeus, oh, the only 2 there. Zeus able to walk out. It's going to be a pinch play as well from Banana, so very good damage done from Zeus as he hit Voxic on the play as well. It gives Edward a real chance to go for the bomb planter, doesn't. Alex for the other. Now the low HP player remains, and Zeus walks in, takes him down, and NaVi recover when they should not have.
That's kind of insane that Zeus manages to get 2 kills in that situation. The smoke was down. He pushed root, stole a kill away, and the smoke actually benefits him towards the end of that situation as well. He bides his time, allows Edward to come in from Banana. Like you said, the pinch play, very effective. And it shuts down HellRaisers just when they had the chance to run away with this game. It gives NaVi a lifeline. You can see the final kill coming in here. If you have those sort of situations, it's always very beneficial to not get the player who's planting the bomb, of course, because he can't kill you, remember? You're just trying to win the round there and then. Take down the player who's got the AK in his hand and then deal with the bomb planter after that. Simple back on the AWP. 4 players towards second middle from HellRaisers here. Looking for another fast round in middle with 3 CTs of Banana as well. This could work out very nicely, but not of simple hit shots like that. Takes down Angel, manages to hold the defensive line as well. Great opening kill. And it will be deadbox. Similar sort of treatment at B, but sees through the smoke, recovers him. And there it is, 4 on 3. Bomb, second middle.
Is going to try and work from Boiler as well, as you mentioned. Bomb behind him at second mid, but they'll give up the position for now as Voxic heads back down toward the bottom of mid direct. Still being peaked by Seized as well. Simple waits with an AWP. They're going to go directly toward him and make it very easy. Not expecting him to be so close, but fast and swift. Fox comes out before a second shot can be fired at Issa. He follows it up. Issa? Issa. Voxic, meanwhile, with the bomb plant, now gives HellRaisers a chance to find yet another round. 2-2 retake situation. Rotations from both sides. One from Library, one from Quad is Seized. Wants to lead the way. It's Voxic that gets above in the corner, but it's Pit that really matters. The one they have to flush and pull from the play. Isa and Voxic pre-fired. Good play. Isa gets the trade immediately. Still down to the one-on-one. Zeus, no kit, gets aggressive, takes damage from the flames. It puts him actually lower than his intended target. 41 versus 36. A bullet will do either way. Good bait and switch from Zeus, but it's drawn out time, and time is not of the essence. Zeus will get the kill. Bomb will detonate, and it goes the way of HellRaisers.
He should be going down the explosion as well. He knows it. There it is. Yes, that hold on just about then. Was nice work from Zeus. Hitting at the kit. Maybe he could have won that just about, but time ticking away. Nothing he could really do about the situation. You can see him just dancing. Moving shove up. Picks up the AK, gets the frag, but that's all we'll get from it. And now, once again, a reset. NaVi in the lead for now, 12-11, but they have to go all in. 2 M4s, 3 pistols, no kits, little utility as well, but they won this round before. Maybe they can do it again. Simple. Arguably one of the most skilled players we have in CSGO. It's Flamey who gets to strike first with the flashbang in hand. 2 kills for him, that's CZ. Such a powerful play. HellRaisers maybe getting a bit too aggressive at the very start. Probably wanted to wait and see what they're up against and just holding that default, but wanted to get the banana control at the very start. Means the flashbang went over and they got completely wrecked. They do get the refrag, but still with the man disadvantage for now.
Man disadvantage.
And the bomb down as well.
Bomb down inside of smoke, and a bunch of players staring it down. Simple boosted up, though, gets caught completely off by Voxic, which will make them reconsider their position. All 3 stay B side. If they get forced off of this and the bomb gets recovered, they may have to consider rushing back over to A. At least one defender. No one's trying to pinch it, is more to the point.
50 seconds remaining. You've got a Molotov to work with as well. If you're HellRaisers, you want to be Molotoving towards sandbags, I would say smoke the corner. They're Molotovs behind some barrels. I think that's the position you can just wallbang. I'm not sure that was the correct call here. Now they've got a bit of trouble. As it looks like Zeus wants to get aggro here. He gets one through the smoke. The bomb has been recovered, but down he goes at T-steps. The CTs know it as well. And they have got the advantage, managed to recover a couple of weapons here as well. Edward, oh my god.
Wow. What? Voxic through the smoke. They put all their eggs in one basket and none of them hatch.
Oh lord. That was a little bit rough, a little bit of anticlimactic finish perhaps. We'll have a look at it from his POV, I'm sure. Voxic manages to get that simple boost player down. But it was the 3-man push towards B that really shut it down. Just as NaVi did just enough there as well. 5-on-3 situation with the initial kills from Flamey, but all falls apart on the end. 12-12, another full eco for the NaVi side. P250s, no armor. Couple of pistols to work with here, no kits, no nades. Should be an almost guaranteed round here, and Angel knows it. He brings out the Mac 10. As we enter round number 10. Go for Dead Fox there. Money is hardly in a strong situation, but this is a nice time just to guarantee yourself a round. No rushes here. Just hold back. They have put banana control nice and early as well.
Whoa, that's a nice glitch. Painting the wall.
Sticker of the gun.
Yeah.
Sometimes glitches out like that, yeah. It's weird they haven't fixed that. It happens.
It's only for us. The players don't complain about it. It's only for us. Just you and I, Hank. Yeah. No one else. Flamey takes down Angel. Pistol starting off strong for NaVi. A stack, a 3-man. Not really a massive overcompensation, I guess you could say, in terms of a stack, but a stack on the B site. And it yields 1 kill. Drops a gun as well. Seized. Mac 10. Can we just call anyone who uses the Mac 10 the Mac Daddy from now on?
Only if they get 4 kills with it.
Okay, all right. Minimum of 4. What happens if they ace? Big Pimpin' up on NYC. I can't remember the rest of the song. Izza takes down Seized, so no Mac Daddy this round. Voxic starts to walk in with the AWP. They'll wrap around entirely from both sides on the site. Smoke off toward Arch, which does limit one player, only one player in Simple. The rest are relatively close by. In fact, Graveyard, which was an oversight, however, doesn't amount to much, and we've got stickers. Get your stickers on the market. HellRaisers have taken the lead after being down 10-5 at half. It's 13-12.
Ooh, and NaVi, they have to buy into this one. No orbs available. They can get the M4s out, some body armor and utility as well, but it's not looking great. They get 0 kits into this as well, meaning on a map like Inferno as well, if it comes down to a 3-on-3, bomb down, I would say you don't even go for it. Yeah, the way the money is right now, you have to save the rifles. Locked out by utility, Inferno is a very difficult map to retake bomb sites on, especially with no kids. It's looking aggressive towards middle, wants to potentially push up. Simple knows he has to work a little bit harder for these frags with the current situation they have. Does peek towards second middle, gets nothing for it. 3 towards 8. 2 at the B side for NaVi, that is. Flaming Seas patrolling that side of the map. Let's go over one for the Arch. And we'll see whether it's up. Can find his opening kill from the boiler room. It'll be simple to challenge him though. We've got a player boosted up towards quad as well.
Edward. Gonna wait to watch from quad. Isn't once out. He's gonna line himself up potentially for a flashbang. Edward's position. I do love this position. Smokes over, flashes out. Edward gives it up, knows that he has to, and as he sees them rain in, at least confirmation that there is a presence toward the A site. Zeus gapping the hay bales, is easily able to take down 0. So potential recovery from NaVi to find round 13 and tie the game back up as Simple rotates inside of the site direct. All he has to do is wait for the call from his teammates, but his teammates going down. At least Dead Fox finding 1 kill. Simple then responds, and the round should be done. 27 seconds. Angel walks into a triangulated position.
Very good round from NaVi. They hold strong toward the A site, just as HellRaisers was starting to run away with this game. Won't be the reset for HellRaisers just yet. We've got 0 and Dead Fox and low cash, but they can distribute wealth accordingly. It looks like they might not even be force buying into this one. I thought they definitely had the grounds to. Yeah, they'll take a pause there. I think that makes sense. I think someone's made a bit of a misplay there. Angel just went all in with a head arm and a CZ, and they've got Issa with AK, Foxy with 4. They probably could have just thought about the situation a bit longer. So they'll take a pause. Issa can drop kills, which are $2,000 a piece. They can drop 2 of those, and Foxic, maybe a UMP, I'm not sure what he goes for here. But either way, I think they have 3 players on pistols, which will be CZs. We haven't really seen the Tech 9 that much recently. Seem to have completely dropped off as well.
Yeah, there's very rare. I think we're seeing like 1 every 2 or 3 maps at this point, which is in some ways welcome, but it's almost shocking.
Well, yeah, for anyone who's not aware, the CZ replaces the Tech 9 in the
that's true.
Inventory slot. So if the CZ's so good right now, it's understandable with the Tech 9, which has been adjusted. I wouldn't say nerfed, but it's been adjusted, and a lot of players not used to it about. So maybe we'll come back. We did get 3 AKs in the end, as we said, distribute that wealth out. It's does what he can, drops enough for his teammates. 3 AKs, 2 CZs, certainly enough to work with there. And Edward, ooh, not really the aim I was looking for, but that's better. The recovery is there. Managed to take down Angel, get the 5-on-4. I mean, they've got low utility and not much cash. It's a good time to push towards second middle like that from the bedroom. There won't be Molotoving at H-ing at the start, won't be an AWP on the bridge. 5-on-4. Okay, recovered, and it will be HellRaisers with 2 Molotovs and not really much else to work with as Voxic goes up the arch here.
Voxic continues around the corner as well. Spot Simple in sight. Edward goes down. HellRaisers respond immediately. Good success, Dead Fox. That's not bad. Just baits out a shot, gets his head down because he's not ready to fire back, and his teammate does the deed instead. They lose 1 for the cost of 3, or for the, you know what I mean.
Yeah, very.
3 for 1.
Very basic approach there from HellRaisers. After losing the first pick, he said, you know what? 2 towards quad, 2 arch, flash over. Let's hope they're not looking arch at all as he split the bomb side. And that's exactly what happened. They have been showing a lot of presence towards the apartments and the quad side. Didn't account for members coming around that Arch side itself, they find 1 kill. Pinned to the bomb site. CDs couldn't hold on at that point, and NaVi, now they're looking a little bit shaky. This has been quite a back and forth second half, with majority of the rounds going in favour of HellRaisers. After going down 10-5 in the first, NaVi reset once again. They save 2 M4s, no orbs. They can drop a couple of UMPs. That's about as good as it gets. HellRaisers now in touching distance of winning map number 2 as well. I didn't think that would be happening. No. Such a great performance from NaVi in the first half. I thought they were done. But Angel finds his 25th frag of the map. Similar story for Deadfox in 22. Everyone from HellRaisers, apart from Zero, having a very good game here, and the buy comes through. 3 M4A4s. Just to know as well, we have seen a drop-off in the M4A1S.
Yeah, so, massive. Yeah. I think Flamey might be, I'm not even sure he is. He used to be like religiously attached to that gun. I haven't even seen, I should have been paying attention this game. It's just something you don't see anymore. Speaking of Flamey, going out, obviously not, because he's got the M4A1, or excuse me, A4 in hand, so even he's switched back.
Well, 5-4 once again. I had this in the previous round though, but it all fell apart, and Deadfox looking to find similar results here. Number 13, he takes down Flamey as he jumps up. That's an interesting move. You've got the advantage there. I would say with this sort of round, you just pull back, you take the lead and you run. But no. Now, advantage firmly in favour of HellRaisers here. Go back towards Bananas. A full execution towards this side of the map. I would like that a lot. We've got Seized waiting with 1 smoke, and Simple back him up with the Famous as well. Need a kill here. Seized went for it. Now Simple, certainly deadly in these sort of positions. Gets 1. Can't make it 2 though. And that should be, at this point, I said our bated breath. Number 15 picked up a HellRaisers for reasons I stated before. The retakes in this map, we've got no utility, no kits. Edward with just a UMP, nothing else, no armor. I think he's got a save here, but it's such a horrible call. Just pick your poison, really.
Just going to get map point.
That's Edward with the UMP. No armor at that range.
He's got an AK picked up now, but they're already looking to save. So map point going to be conceded. And 15-13 will get almost the distance of the entire game. At least. Money as well on the NaVi side is gone. So picking up the AK for Edward and saving the M4 was a must. And you're right. I don't think I expected them to come back from 10-5 after the first half. 3 rounds only on a CT side for NaVi. Not the best of nights. I'm sure Zeus is not pleased.
We have this new sound effect.
That is an amazing sound.
It's we built up a storyline around it when you were gone. It's basically the subtext is that everyone on the server is a robot, and they only realize it when they die.
It's a bit of a simulation.
Yeah, right. And then when the CTs die, they realize they're robots, and that's the noise they let out, and they forget about it. Their memories get erased. They come back in the next round. They do it all over again.
They get one of those like white lights from Men in Black thrown at them.
Yeah.
That's quite good. You guys are story writers. Why haven't you built a video game that you can write this story into?
I'm thinking about it. I'm just going to find some time and some money and a team. But yeah, it's definitely coming. We'll be in production soon.
In 2024. Is going to take down Edward. Run toward this site on this map point. Looks the wrong way though, but Zeus is traded back by Zero, who thankfully second man in. Covers his obligation. Simple. Just a pistol to work with. Seized a UMP. And if you want to mention Flamey for the sake of it, he too with a pistol. Simple seemingly has decent effect with his, but picking up a gun, he'll have to wrap back around and Seized. They know Deadfox is out there somewhere, but can't find him. They do spot his feet now, rush him down. It's Dead that wins the round, and it's Simple that's going to go back on 1 versus 3. I'm going to say game done, but Simple could pull it off. Not quite. Deadfox wins it 16-13. HellRaisers go 2-0 over NaVi.
Like we said, HellRaisers always seem to be that team that caused damage in the Pro League. 2-0 though against NaVi. I didn't think that would be the case here. A great performance on Overpass, and it seemed like NaVi had done enough in the second map to get a map on the board tonight, but not meant to be. 10-5 eludes them, and HellRaisers come back in stunning fashion in the second half. And upset NaVi there.
Hey, I'm Voxic. I'm going to be frank. We talked about it, and you mentioned it before the game, but having Deadfox off the AWP onto the rifle, I like Voxic.
It's working.
Yeah, Voxic looks quite good.
So does Deadfox, the rifle. He's looking stunning tonight. Really, really good stuff there. So that's great result for HellRaisers. Shocking for NaVi.
Yeah.
Things are just not working out for them, even after the addition of Zeus.
Is this going to be another Virtus Pro style slump?
I think they're going to make more changes. I honestly do. I think they'll get one more tournament inside them. If that's disappointing, they'll consider kind of changing things up and maybe bringing another Orba back in, I think, anyway.
I think you can even make 2 changes, if I'm honest with you, the way things are going for them. But We won't read too far into that. That's their business, not ours, although kind of ours in a way, if you want to get technical.
Yeah.
Let's not get too technical. Either way, HellRaisers going 2-0 on the evening is massive for their chances in the Pro League. And speaking of massive, we've got the massive host himself back, Alex Machine Richardson.
I hope we're talking about muscles, Matt. I know I did just have about 4 lunches today, so actually I'm maybe massive in the other terminology as well. I've been enjoying the Danish cuisine, but we have indeed got the Danish CS still to come. For now, we'll be talking about NaVi versus HellRaisers. HellRaisers do make the 2-0. Yanko is joining me alongside Chad, and he did actually expect to see HellRaisers take the 2-0. This one, a little bit more, I wouldn't say a nail-biter. I realise that's probably the wrong word to use, but a close one.
It wasn't really pretty. It was close indeed. But I don't know. For me, it was a pretty weird game because you look at the way some of the rounds developed, right? That mid-control in the first half, you know, when HellRaisers were on the CT side, you just had Dead Fox, you know, in one round in particular, he sees the player trying to throw a smoke mid-arch, and he decides to peek it and gets 2 easy kills. It revolved around a lot around that mid-control, and basically players, both teams getting information there on their CT side. So all being said, it does feel like NaVi underperformed seriously, even in the second map, despite having a strong start in the first half.
I mean, 8 CT rounds across 2 maps for NaVi, struggling to make anything happen on the defensive side.
Not fantastic at all. I apologize if it looks like I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to get the iPad working to see if we could draw.
Oh, good, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's hooked up. The producer can tell me right now. I'm floundering.
Yeah, he's saying no, it's his
It's
bad.
not? All right, I can still try. You guys keep talking.
Yeah,
Give me
you have a little
Give me a
fiddle,
moment.
because you know, there is one thing we can talk about, Yanko, and I'll let you jump in.
How's that buzz feel?
No, it's because you started a sentence.
I got it. You know, there was also the round in the second half, right, where Voxy gets the ace, but it was a 3v3 situation mid-round, and the bomb is dropped in Banana. Whole of NaVi rotate towards Banana because of that, but you know, it's still like a minute left in the round. HellRaisers have a smoke. They throw a smoke. Is it working now?
Yeah, it's working now.
All right. Well, I can draw it as well if you like.
Oh.
So, yeah, they were all concentrated around Banana. The bomb was somewhere around here. The problem was that, you know, HellRaisers also had a smoke. So they basically just smoked off this area, and they started rotating back to A. NaVi felt pressure. They tried to push through the smoke. They get killed by Voxic, like, in a straight line. You know, that's just weird decision-making. Even though you have the bomb down, leave 2 players, have the third one somewhere in second mid or something along those lines, like here, so he can cover the flank. Pretty much in that situation. Also, the mid control we were talking about. Just a second. There we go. Is, you know, what eventually NaVi realized is that HellRaisers like to go for dry peaks, so they just were holding like from mid, from boiler and from mid, waiting for that peak to come when HellRaisers were on the CT side, and eventually they got punished for it. But it just felt that most of the time it was HellRaisers doing some a little bit risky stuff, but you know, just dry peaks, and now we were getting caught off guard by it time and time again.
No, there was one round in particular, kind of a swing round, where the momentum did shift, and the economy 2, it was round 19, or actually that looks like I've been told some fibs. You can see actually we do have round 21 here.
But depends on maths.
This is not the worst thing. The thing here is, obviously, Angel has a huge round, right? But you're looking at it and you're thinking, why is he pushing through the smoke like that, like a crazy person? But he needs to do that to bait for, I think it was Flamey, the guy who was in ruins. So you know Simple is there with the op. You have C's pushing out through the smoke, and that baits for Flamey to get more kills. But he couldn't really do a lot. He only got 1 kill, and I think Angel, the fact that he got that second kill on Simple really did a lot. And here you kind of wonder, I know Chad did, how did Edward not get that kill? I mean, Zero was focused on Zeus. Zeus made the white pick, which is good, so he, you know, Edward has a chance to shoot at him at the same time. But I think he was just too slow on placing the crosshair on him.
Yeah, well, they had good spacing. They were next to each other. He, like you said, he knew exactly where he was. He should have made that frag. That's just Zero making the good enough play to make the kill, I guess, and Edward not closing out the frag.
To be fair, they won that 2v3 eco round. I mean, later on when Zeus was towards CT with a CZ and Edward was flanking. So that proves it. Like, there's been a lot of, you know, crazy rounds going back and forth. The teams probably shouldn't win, but somehow they managed to claw it back out.
I mean, just one more question towards you, Yanko, is, you know, you talked about how HellRaisers were trying some structure on Inferno and it looked a bit mistimed. Was this a bit of a different development from HellRaisers?
I think it was a different approach. It wasn't as clear-cut as that previous showing was. You know, they had more set execute. Here you saw, no, they were perfectly willing to go towards the A bomb site fairly early on with more than a minute left on the clock, and towards the end of the game, what won him the game was them pretty much realizing, okay, Navi seems to have switched to playing a bit more passive towards A. Let's not waste any nades, trying to take mid control. Let's use those nades and try to get good timings. And that 4v5 round, Navi should never lose that. I mean, it was, you know, HellRaisers spending everything they have. Edward gets the first kill out of window room, and then just 2 players arch, 2 players quad, and everyone falls on the A bomb site. I mean, that's just poor play from Navi.
It absolutely is, and actually, just as we start, you know, focusing on Navi, I am just scrolling to try and get an updated standings. It is bloody. It's not great for Navi at this point in time, and I just wanted to kind of run with that thread. They've conceded another 2-0 here, or rather 0-2, excuse me. Now that puts them now 2 wins, 7 losses into the standings. Chad,
I was having a bit of a look, you know, who they played towards the tail end of the season. It doesn't get like a lot easier for them, but these are the games that you'd be expecting them to win and to pull them out of that hole. You know, to be at this point right now, you're in struggle street. It's not going to be easy to make the top 6.
Definitely not lose 0-2.
Yeah.
You know, at least like maybe get upset on overpass. Like that's something that you can expect from HellRaisers this season. You can expect them to be a force to be reckoned with on overpass against more or less any team, right? And them winning, even though if it was dominant, is not a huge surprise. But on Inferno, that's where Navi has to, you know, get it done.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So in terms of Navi, the thread the casters started was they think more roster changes are on the way. Something for us to be talking about perhaps a little later on. What do you, I mean, just kind of early thoughts on that?
I did an interview post-New York where I said if this team wants to be successful right now, then just scrap it and buy out Electronic and get a couple more players. Like it's going to be time, exactly what Yanko said. It's going to be a building process. They don't even have any maps they're confident in other than Train. So if you're not going to get Train where you're vetoing 2 maps, right? And so you're never going to get your favorite map in this kind of format.
I say you get knocked out of Pro League, you all take off your team jerseys, and you start learning Cash. There it is. That's going to be the Navi rebuild. You just start on Cash. Yeah.
You know what we did back in Sydney Underground days, because no one in Australia would practice us? We made fake Steam accounts. We made fake secondary Steam accounts and called our team something super weird, and then to practice against people because no one would practice against.
Why would they not practice? This is a story for another time. We've got a break to take.
Okay.
You'll tell us in that break. We're going to go ahead and take a boogie break, but when we do come back, we've got another game for you. North taking on Mouse Sports. This one could be a close affair. We'll see how the Danes do manage versus New Look Mouse Sports. Their victory over in Mykonos. Join us after the break for more Counter-Strike.